To setting up your Stream Deck. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough on what you need to do initially to start using your Stream Deck in a way that makes sense for you, for your events, and for your home studio. So you'll notice that the welcome here, once you plug in your Stream Deck to your computer and you download the Stream Deck software, anything you do here will reflect onto your Stream Deck. So one of the first things that we need to do is we need to add some plugins, because it does come with some defaults here. Over to the right, you'll see these are the hotkeys, or these are the things that you'll be able to do with your Stream Deck by default. So by default, you can do things like turn it on and off, adjust brightness. If you scroll all the way to the top, you'll be able to see some things. It does come with OBS. However, there are a couple things that we need to do to get it to work. You can also play individual files, and I'm going to show you how to do Spotify as well. So if you click on this keyboard up here, this is how we add to our Stream Deck. So if you go over here to plugins, you'll be able to see plugins are things that you can add onto your Stream Deck. And so this is one of the first things you'll need to do initially. So one of the things that I recommend is installing your Zoom. So that's going to allow you to mute yourself, unmute yourself, start your video. It's going to allow you to unmute everyone at the same time and just do a lot of things with Zoom. It's pretty amazing. Really comes in handy. So if you download that, give the Stream Deck access. Okay. Another that you might want, if we keep scrolling down here, is Spotify. So I haven't installed Spotify yet, so we are going to install Spotify. All right, and then the last one that we're going to add, another great one to have is actually PowerPoint. Let's install that one as well. And Keynote, that's new. Awesome. I'm just going to go in a download frenzy right now. So those are the main ones. The other one that I would recommend is OBS. So I'm going to type in OBS here, and it's called Streaming Remote. So that's what we want to install, because that's going to help us with OBS. Now, one more step to installing OBS. Once you click on it, you'll see that you need to follow this link and make sure that you install this plugin here. So OBS Streaming Remote, if you're on a Windows, or if you're on a Mac like me. So I'm going to close that out and redo that. Because I want this to open. I'm just going to copy and paste this into my browser. There we go. That's the one I needed to click on. All right, let's try this again. Go to File. Nope, we don't want any of those. Let's try this again. There we go. Great. So that's going to open. Now, one of the next things we want to do is we're going to restart everything. So we're going to close out OBS. We're going to close out our Stream Deck. And I'm actually going to restart my computer, and we'll relaunch it. is reset and relaunched here. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and create some scenes. So this one here, if you click on it on the Stream Deck, it's just going to open up a browser and take you to the welcome. So this will give you some instruction if you want even more into the capabilities of the Stream Deck. However, we don't need that. We're going to skip that and delete it. So now we have a blank slate. So I want to show you some of the things that you can do. So the first, I know we just got done creating some OBS scenes, and so we're going to have a few examples for OBS scenes. So what you do is you just drag and drop the scene onto the Stream Deck. Now, each of these you can edit. So we'll name this one Blackout because this is going to go to our Blackout. So now you go to your collection. This is how you find your collection. If you scroll to the top, scene collection here. I named this one example. So we're on example, and the scene we want is Blackout. Perfect. This one also on example. I want this one to show my main image. So we're going to name it main image. Okay, and then we'll create one more, and we'll have this one be the webcam. Great, so now we have those three scenes set up. Now we're going to scroll down here and see some of the other things that we can do. I did install Zoom, so if we wanted to add a mute and unmute button for yourself, you can do that. If you wanted a button for leave meeting, in case you want to exit a meeting really fast, I don't know why you would, but you can have your finger on the trigger at all times. You can have an ask to unmute, and you can even have a mute all participants. Would definitely recommend having this one. If there's someone, if you hear something going on in the background, you just look over to your Stream Deck, boom, hit that button, and it's going to mute everyone in the room. Some other cool things that you can do, I installed the Spotify, so we can add music. So we have play and pause, we can have a next track, and you can have a volume up or volume down. So if you do volume, you'll want this one will be volume up, and this one will be volume down. I'm going to name them because they both have the same icon, so we know the difference. Great, so now we have our scene set. And that's pretty much it. You can fully customize your Stream Deck. You can put them in any order that you'd like. You can move these around, whatever makes sense for you. I have the XL model. That's why I have so many buttons here. You may have less than that. So just rearrange to what works for you and practice playing around. So if we go over here, now we're live. So as you can see, my cursor is here. I'm not clicking on the scenes here. I'm going to leave my cursor there. I'm using the Stream Deck to control. So now we're going to my webcam. I'll even show you. So I have the buttons here. It's exactly what it looked like on that screen. Pause and play Spotify, mute and unmute. So those are just some of the amazing things that you can do with the Stream Deck.